Hi everyone, I'm Tony Jackson. Here is your monthly reading for the month of April 2017. For this month, I've actually chosen to work with the Magical Unicorns cards by Doreen Virtue. I don't think I've used those in one of the readings. Very wonderful realm to work with and very valuable in this time. The unicorns are very high vibrational and very pure and have a wonderful energy to work with and are working with humanity to shift our consciousness and to really help us connect with our own soul energy. So what a great choice for this month. So I'm going to choose a card from that deck. I'm going to put that down for a minute. But first of all, I want to share a process on how to connect with your unicorns. Now, we've all got connections with the unicorns. It's like we kind of forget. Now, that card deck is particularly for children, because children often don't lose their connection with those realms like the fairies and the unicorns. But I'm going to share this process with you that's going to help you to attune to the level of the unicorns. I know this one is a little bit fanciful, unicorns, but I've had an experience myself with them, and after that experience I thought I've got to learn more about this realm and help other people connect to them. So what my experience was, it was quite a simple experience, but really meant a lot to me. I actually had a dream, and in the dream, the unicorn actually come to me and touched, the horn of the unicorn touched my third eye. And then I felt the power of the unicorn and the purity of it, and I also believed it helped me to awaken my third eye even more. So my intuitive powers increased as well. So, and then I began to really feel the energy and work with the unicorns even more. So very pure, very white, very loving, and perfect to work with in this time where we're all shifting to a higher level. So I encourage you to work with the unicorns as well. So it makes us think we've got so much help out there with all these different levels. So I asked my guides and angels, well, they actually told me a process to help us connect with the unicorns, and they only just told me about an hour or 2 hours ago, so it's a little bit new, this process to me. It's not kind of new working with the unicorns, but this is a new way to help us all connect to the unicorns. So what they actually said was, the process to help us, what they said was go through each chakra and help us connect. Go through each chakra and ask that chakra to be aligned with your unicorns. So that's what we're going to do. So the chakras I know are the base, spleen, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye and crown, and I'm outside today, so it's a little bit working with the environment too, so you might want to go outside if it's not too cold and do this process too, but I'm sure it works fine inside. It's just that it's still in autumn and a few nice days left before we go into winter. Probably a couple of weeks left before the cold weather starts. Anyway, let's start. Now all we have to do is release blocks from each chakra and ask for it to be attuned to the unicorns. So let's begin, starting with the base. Free will and choice to release any blocks in the base chakra and have it attuned to the unicorns. I ask my guides, angels and higher self to release any blocks from the base chakra and ask that it be attuned to the unicorns. Moving up to the spleen or sacral. Free will and choice to release any blocks from the spleen and ask that the spleen chakra be attuned to the unicorns. You can pause a little bit in between these if you like. You don't have to rush it. And take a deep breath. Now the blocks, I'm saying blocks to be released, but I'm actually referring to the blocks about attuning to your unicorns. You may have blocks in your chakras about other things, but this process is just particularly to help you attune to unicorns. So I'm saying the blocks might be something else, but these blocks that be removed are only to do with attuning to unicorns. Let's move up to the solar plexus. Free will and choice to release any blocks and to attune my solar plexus chakra to the unicorns. Ask my guides and angels to attune my solar plexus chakra to the unicorns. Moving up to the heart. Free will and choice to release any blocks and attune my heart chakra to the unicorns. You might start to feel some energy shift for your body, and that's a good sign. You can do it laying down if you like. can have a little pause in between each chakra if you need more time. Free will and choice to release the blocks in the heart and attune the heart chakra to the unicorns. You can just repeat the affirmations after me, or you can just let me say it and it will happen for you as well. Moving up to the throat. Free will and choice to release the blocks in the throat and have the throat chakra attuned to the unicorns. I feel that's a big one for this process. Free will and choice to release blocks in the throat and have the throat chakra attuned to the unicorns. Moving up to the third eye. Free will and choice to release the blocks and have the third eye chakra attuned to the unicorns. That's a nice one. Nice refreshing feeling. Oh, we've got a big gust of wind. It's actually late afternoon here, so the sun's almost going down. If you're wondering why it's a little bit dark. Getting dark. Let's go up to the... Did we do that one? Free will and choice to release the blocks and attune the third eye to the unicorns. Guides, angels, higher self. Please attune my third eye chakra to the unicorns. Now up the top of the crown. Don't think it matters which way your hand goes. I just get the feeling to rotate my hand. Free will and choice to attune the crown chakra to the unicorns. Release any blocks. Higher self, guides and angels. Please release any blocks in my crown and attune the crown chakra to the unicorns. And that will help you open up to the energy of the unicorns. You could simply say, unicorns come into my dreams, but I feel we need to do a little bit more work, a little bit gentler, a little bit softer by doing that process, by going through each chakra. So sometimes we have some fears and all sorts of things that we stop ourselves from attuning to these wonderful energies, even our beliefs, because it's kind of, from our human perspective, it seems a little bit fanciful, and what would it do for me? So some of those blocks are what we're asking to have removed. But if you do it for yourself, then it will be more specific for you. I'm just generally saying what the blocks could be. Now, the second part to the process was quite interesting. They actually said to imagine that the 7 chakras are out in front of you. So you'd have the base, the spleen, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye and the crown, all out in front of you. And what they actually said was just to imagine these, so the chakras would be round balls of light out in front of you. Just sort of imagine that they're out in front of you. And then imagine them all coming together to form one ball. So you've got the 7 individual colours, because the base is pink or red, the spleen is orange, the solar plexus is yellow, the heart is green, the throat is blue, the third eye is indigo, and the crown is violet. Imagine those 7 balls of light, 7 chakras, coming together to form one light. Now just have a look at that light, because you know all the separate colours of the rainbow come together to form white light. They all have the individual colours in them. All those individual colours, as you know, with a spectrum of light, has all those different colours. If you ever see like that, there's the light going into a crystal or something, you'll know it gets fractured out into all different colours, because that's the spectrum of light. So all that light comes together. You might find when it comes together, it's still a little bit cloudy. So this is another part to the process. If it's still a bit cloudy, then you may not be attuned quite yet to the energy of the unicorns. So with that ball of light, ask that that ball of light be attuned also to the unicorns. I ask that that ball of light be cleansed and attuned to the energy of the unicorns as well. So it's more just an extra step to the process where the 7 if you're wondering why you haven't attuned to the unicorns, if you hadn't had a unicorn's experience after you've done those 7 chakras and that balance, then bring the chakras together to form one ball of light. If you're seeing it a little bit cloudy or murky, that means in relation to this process of the unicorns that your energy's not quite there yet. So, as I said, the next step is to ask that ball of light, which represents your 7 chakras, to be cleansed and attuned to the unicorns. I ask that ball of light to be cleansed and attuned to the unicorns. And you might find once that ball of light becomes very pure, very light, that your vibration begins to lift and change, and that ball of light is the step to the process the extra step to the process that we need to help you to attune to the unicorns. So practice that and work with that during the month. And I'm sure you'll find that when you do have a unicorn experience and when you do attune to them, it will be very valuable for your own ascension process, your own spiritual growth, or simply your own personal development. So lovely to share that with you. I am going to choose a card now. Magical Unicorns by Doreen Virtue. I'm pretty sure this was firstly designed for kids, but the messages on them are so lovely. We can use them for all of us can get messages from them. So let's put it to our heart chakra, as I do with all my readings, and bring down that column of white light. This column of white light is to help you to attune to your cards. So you bring it down through your top chakras, out through your heart chakra, around the deck of cards. Visualizing this white light helps prepare your deck and also helps you to receive intuitive messages and guidance and work with the cards as vibrational tools. You pick up a lot more once you begin to connect with your cards, not only just through that light process, but knowing that they're vibrational tools rather than physical cards. Help you to draw the messages that you need out for yourself and others. And cleanse and prepare your cards as well. So it's a great technique, and I do share that with you on each of my monthly, weekly and yearly videos. So this is the monthly, so there will be weekly updates during the month as well, but that unicorn process was just something that they asked me to share with you for the month. Now something's just popped out there. I'm going to put it back because I only feel I need to do one card. I think the weekly reading, one flew out and I felt that was one needed to be read. I'm just going to pull the top one, and that's going to be our card. You'll know in the morning. So that's funny because I often pick that card for myself. When I ask questions, I'll say, you'll know in the morning. When you wake up, you'll have a better idea about what to do and relax till then. So you might all have some sort of unicorn experience tonight. That's what I'm feeling, and you'll know in the morning. So I look forward to hearing any experiences that you have after you watch this video. And when you wake up, you might remember your unicorn dream. The other side to this card, if you're having any difficulties or problems in other areas of your life, that can relate to the answer will come to you in the morning, and just to let it go for now. And I often find that is exactly what happens when I pick the card, use these cards and ask a question. When that card comes up for me, I just kind of let my problem go or let my concern go, and I do find out something in the morning, because when you sleep and when you wake up, it's a fresh new day and a fresh new perspective, and often that's all we need for our question, the answers to our questions or the insights that we needed. So that's the message from the cards. You'll know in the morning. So as I said, I felt it was two things. The first thing was that you may have a unicorn experience after you watch this during your dreams, and then the second thing, if you have any problems or concerns in other areas of life, after a good night's sleep, you'll have a fresh perspective and you'll know the answer in the morning. So that's it for now. Lovely to spend this time with you. I enjoyed coming outdoors and doing that reading. If you have any questions, feel free to message me below where you see this. Now I do upload them on both YouTube and YouTube and Vimeo. It's two formats that I upload my videos. So just write your message or question down below either place that you see it, or you can email me if you have any short questions. I'll leave the details. I'll leave my email address. If you'd like to book a private session, you can do so by emailing me. All the details and the prices of my private sessions are on my webpage, and I'll leave the details to my link to my webpage below this video as well. Let's leave it here. I hope you have a wonderful April. Spring in the Northern Hemisphere and autumn here in the Southern Hemisphere. So lots of love, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the weekly readings. Bye for now.